Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, June 22nd. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hope you are having a great week so far. The market, we were off. The market was closed on Monday, and this, seems like a long week. We really have not been able to get any traction. We've had some pretty good swings, as usual. So all that continues to be the same, the chop fest kind of back and forth. Let's look here. Let's go back to a three-day chart. I'm on the ES here. And, if you notice, or this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the light gray is the overnight session. The black is actually the daily session for the SPX. But right here was the lowest we've been in a while. We'll look at that on a longer term time frame in a minute and look at that. But this green line is our tree line, a voodoo tree line, which is made up of Elliott wave and some other things kind of put in there together. And this looks pretty impressive, right? We rally, big rally, fail. Came in this morning, rally, fail. So, we're really not gaining any ground. This is a lot of chop going on here. Let me put this out on a bigger time frame and I can show you. So if you notice this, again, we talked about this last week. Here's the all-time high. That was at you see that little dotted line right there? That is January 1st, the start of the year. So we start out the year with a bang, all-time high, and then we've dropped from 4,800 to 3,600. Which is about 1,200 points on the ES. That is pretty. That's a pretty hefty drop. Again, we talked about this before, and that green line right there is what I was showing you. That's a voodoo tree line. Unfortunately, this pattern has just been down. Now we have some kind of sprinkled in there. We've got rally here, a little rally, rally, and we might get one here. And I thought we had a pretty good shot at getting one today, and it fizzled out. So whatever we get up here, we're going to sell it because I think this thing keeps going lower, unfortunately. And when all this kind of started, and we were looking at the potential of the dominoes to fall and what might happen, all that kind of stuff, and we were looking at some of these levels at 3,600, 3,500, 3,400, and people thought I was crazy, just because that was so far down, and now we're there, and now I'm even looking lower. I'm thinking 3,150. I mean, I don't know. It's getting tougher to call as we get lower and lower and lower. But one way to do this, or one way to maybe help a little bit, is to go out on a little bit longer time frame chart here. You see this? I've got a level down here at 35.19. We've got a tree line here. We've got a big fire line there. This is the COVID pullback, and as you can see, this length, we went from the tree line there to the fire line there. That is looking pretty similar. I don't know. I don't know. It's a really tough call. Fortunately for us, I'm trading this thing from both sides. I'm long, I'm buying the bounces, and then I'm shorting them. I'm long sometimes, I'm short sometimes, I'm bullish, I'm bearish, and you have to be extremely nimble. We've been talking about this, over and over and over, and that's just the way to trade this market. So we could get a turn and a bounce and a rally and all that kind of stuff, but again, don't buy into it. And I was at a party this past weekend, and everyone's asking me, should I buy some more Netflix, and should I buy some more Amazon, and the local, the normal, ones that we always like to trade, right? You want to buy some Apple, you want to buy some Tesla and Amazon and all that kind of stuff, especially Amazon split, right? But I just can't justify buying anything right here, honestly. There's just too much risk on the table. Today we had Powell testifying before Congress that they were going to, get on this inflation and, all that kind of stuff. And It's mind-boggling. I know they can't. Well, I guess they can do anything they want to do, but it's mind-boggling that first they didn't see this inflation coming, and that they really think that they can keep raising rates and it's not going to affect the economy. They were talking about how the economy's strong, it can handle it, and that's not going to happen. But anyway, we'll see. But if you're a long-term investor and you're really truly long term, your time horizon's 5 years, 10 years, yeah, no, not a problem. But 1 year, 2 year, nah, we're not going to be any better off, I don't think, a year from now. Unfortunately, the time frame typically on a turn, is just to hit the bottom, is typically 15, 18 months from an interest rate hiking cycle. And so we've got a ways to go before that stops, and I do think that brings us down lower. So if you do have long-term stuff, I don't know that I would just blow out of everything here, but I sure would try to hedge some stuff, and I sure would try to lighten up on some positions if you can, that type thing. Maybe do some early tax planning, for this year. And I know I sound gloom and doom and all that kind of stuff, but I'm talking about if you're trying to buy this dip, or you're trying to hold on to long-term stuff, it's going to be a tough road for the foreseeable future. And again, that's the gist I was getting from people I was talking to this weekend, different people in different industries, and they're like, oh, this thing we should turn around pretty quickly. And I'm like, I don't think so. So the Fed, Powell already said that they will do 50, 75 basis points in July, and they will continue as needed, right? So that's going to smash the housing market, and that's going to spill over into all other industries. And we've been there before, we know how this ends, right? So that being said, just try to trade this thing, be very nimble. There's a lot of opportunities out there. I mean, we've been making money all the way down on this thing. I'm having a really good year, actually, but I've been short almost all the year. And and again, you got to be able to switch on a dime to catch these moves up and then short them back down, all that kind of stuff. And that's what we'll continue to do. And think about it as a trend down like this: lower lows. Let me get my drawing tool. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and the trend continues. Just like we did over here, we were going higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And that's just a trend in the market. And this will turn at some point, and we'll start doing this again. But again, I don't think it's anytime soon. So I hope that helps. Again, from a trading standpoint, this is awesome. Jump in the main room or jump in the bias room with me at Simpler, and we do this together real time with real money. And I put on a new trade today. Put on a trade yesterday. We took it off yesterday and made a pretty good little profit. So but we're being very, very nimble and very, very quick on what we're doing, and you have to in this kind of market. And there's a lot of opportunities in doing that. So hope that helps. Hope it makes sense. Let me wind it up here, and we'll see what we get over the next week, and we'll go from there. So thanks for the time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me